Hey guys. Oh, excuse me, I'm being asked to scoot over. I was just literally talking to myself because I thought this is all learning all of this stuff. This is so beyond me. I can do the video editing and all that stuff, but beyond that, that's about it. So, starting to get questions. So yeah, definitely utilize the question and answer section. As we go through this, we have some questions that we've already gotten that we'll get to in a little bit. But I figured I would just start with the ones that are at the top, and then we can kind of go down. So
Are we
yeah,
talking to people this time?
I don't know. I'm so
looks
confused.
totally different
This
than
looks
last
totally different than last time.
Where's all the people?
I don't know. I don't know, you guys. This is beyond me. For some reason, I thought we would be able to chat directly with you.
Something's different. It says we're live. I think it's like we're on TV.
Well, it's live for Google Plus, so if people find this Google Hangout, they can come hang out like that. So, yeah. I don't know. You figure it out.
I don't know. I've never done this before. You've set it up more than me. I'm going to run what she just said through Google Translate.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we've got a couple.
Well, let's start answering questions, and I'll look it up while we do. See what's going on.
Okay, so one of the questions we got during this was, when you two buying the toy hauler or fifth wheel, do you like the Raptor Keystone Raptors? So we haven't looked at those in depth. I think I've seen one person who follows us lives in a Raptor, and they look really nice. Just haven't really looked into them like in depth or anything like that. So as far as getting the next toy hauler, that's really just going to depend. I mean, we're thinking this winter, but it could be later than that. It's kind of just what we want to do with debt, and whether or not that's feasible at the time. So I feel like this place is getting a little small, but it's still very manageable and livable. But I do feel like it's getting a little bit small.
So, do you recognize these people's names?
Uh-uh.
So I think they must be like spammers.
Oh, really?
Well, they must be.
Why? What are they saying?
Well, I mean, why would they ask questions in a language we don't
I don't know.
speak?
If somebody's asking in a language we don't speak, yeah, we would need you to translate it. So, so Amy asked, what did you think full timing would be like? How is that different, or maybe even the same as you thought it would be? Do you want to answer that? I'll do my take too.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. This hangout isn't what we were planning. We thought it was going to be the same as the last
I'm
one.
so
but
bummed.
yeah, we'll go ahead and answer questions, and we'll figure out what we're doing. This is a learning experience. So,
definitely.
what did you think full timing would be like? Can you guys hear me? I wish there was a way for them to answer that.
They can. Well, in the question and answer box.
Well, I'll just keep talking and assume they can.
Yeah.
No, they can't because it's muted. The mic's muted.
This isn't muted.
Never mind.
So weird.
Bear with us a second. We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah. If you guys can hear us, could you put yes in the checkbox? Oh, we've got 6 people. So could one of you please let us know if you can hear us? That would be awesome. You'll see on the left there's a little blue box. It's the second from the top, and it says chat when you scroll over it. Yeah, if you can hear us, let us know. Oh, Amy, we know you're not a spammer. Okay, so you can hear us then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I was like, okay. So, Amy, we're going to answer your question next. Yes, we can hear you. Awesome. This
Yes,
thing
good.
is
That's
very
good to know.
weird.
Okay. We're very
Okay.
sorry about this. We don't know what we did.
Uh-uh.
So, can you go back to the full timing question and
It's
we'll
right here.
answer that one and answer it in order? That's not the same one you had pulled
Oh,
up
just
before.
kidding. Amy, you have such good questions.
She does.
Oh,
Okay.
cool, 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 cool. Do you both know how? Okay. Gonna find these questions. You guys are doing great. She asked what did we think full timing was gonna be
Okay.
like.
Yeah, we
So,
lost the question, but we're
yeah.
just going to go full steam ahead and hope for the best
Ooh.
to choose. So, let's see. Is full timing different than we thought it would be? I don't think so. I think we had a pretty good idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
As far as getting burnout, I'm not sure if that was part of the original question or
Yes.
one somebody asked earlier, but I've never felt burnout. I mean, there was a time at the very beginning where things were really tough with all the renovations and all the stuff that went wrong, and we just wanted to be on the road. But I don't think at any point I ever felt burnout or that I didn't want to do it. Have things been different being on the road? I mean, maybe some little stuff like, I don't know, it's just an adjustment phase. I've never felt really surprised by anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we wish is that we had unlimited money so we could just experience every place like we wanted to and go
Yeah.
like kayaking every night and rent boats and do all of this stuff. But that's just life. I mean, we're not made of money.
No.
So we just wish we could do more, but we're able to experience so much in life just being places that we're really happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think,
I don't think they can hear you without your mic on because your
really?
mic's probably coming through this.
Yeah, this doesn't have a mic though.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nope. Maybe. Is this better? So yeah, for me,
It does. There's your mic right there.
alrighty. Well, okay. But as far as getting into full timing and expectations and stuff, I never done this before. Josh kind of had this where he did this with family before. I guess the biggest thing is I'm very much a city girl. Like I'm used to everything being 15 minutes away from me, and when we're in a place like we are now, everything's like an hour drive. And that's been a big adjustment because I'm like, I need to go to the post office. I need to go to the UPS store. Like, I need to go get eggs. And like, no place is convenient. Like, the nearest place is 30 minutes away to the nearest grocery store. And that's been a big adjustment. And I think me being such an extrovert, like, my biggest way to connect with people is through YouTube, and like I feel like that's what's keeping me sane. I love Joshua, don't get me wrong, but for 8 hours a day he's in his box. So I do love this lifestyle, but I want to meet more people, and it's really hard during the summer to tell like who's a full-timer, who's vacationing and doesn't want to be bothered type of thing. But overall, it's really, really fun. So thank you for that question, Amy. And I know you had some other ones too.
Yeah, Irving said he can hear you without the mic, so that's good.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
And if you guys posted a question early on, would you mind resubmitting it? Because some of these have just seemed to disappear. I don't know if they're just scrolling off or what, but
yeah,
there's a few I saw earlier that are just gone. So
weird.
yeah, scroll back up to the
Okay.
top.
But this one again's from Amy. So how long did you plan on?
Let's see, we're missing one. There was one I saw, and then when you scroll down, it disappeared. So there.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's
this
not
is
scroll
so
down anymore.
Weird. Okay, we're just gonna go through these and
Yeah.
not touch anything because apparently it's very touchy.
So this one says, for Josh, how is the 4G data at the campground where you're at? We have a booster, and it's really good with the booster. I don't know how geeky you are in terms of internet speed, but
he is the 4G nomad.
Oh, 4G Nomad? Yeah, I guess you are geeky. So with the booster right now in Tahoe National Forest, we're getting about, stop sniffing my toe here, we're getting about 10 megabits down and 10 megabits up. I apologize, my dog's trying to lick my toe. Getting about 10 megabits down and 10 megabits up. So for being an hour away from any big city and 30 minutes away from the nearest town, it's hard to complain about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for all of the tips you gave for this
Yes.
area, because I'm so excited about checking out all those places. Okay, let's see if that helps. I started starring things, so we'll see
Oh, there
if
you
that
go.
works. So Amy asked, how long did you plan on doing this lifestyle? And now that you're actually doing it, how long do you see yourselves doing it for? I think until we have to stop, I think is kind of the plan. Never our intention to uh yeah, I mean, at first I was like, oh yeah, maybe 2 years. And now that we're in it, I'm like, I can't be stuck. There's this little part of me that feels like it would be nice to have like a small little homestead. Like I've thought about like a container home or something we put on Airbnb when we're not there and stuff like that. Like just to have like a little resting place that isn't on wheels. But I definitely think we're just always going to be traveling unless something very drastically changes.
No, I don't think we could go back unless there was a health reason we had
Yeah.
to or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So mark that one as done.
Okay.
See up at the very top right? No, very top right. Up above our question.
Done.
There you go.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so now it says we select the question from the list and answer it.
Okay. Oh. What?
When are we having kids?
You can answer that one.
No, I answered the last couple. It's your turn.
We don't know. I mean, we're hoping like within the next year. I mean, God willing. So we don't know. That's kind of the plan. We like literally just had this conversation, so I like knew this was gonna come up. But whatever that does happen, most likely we'll go back to the Northwest area and then travel very closely to like doctors and stuff because I really like my doctors. In Washington, the healthcare is just really great there. So we will stay close to home during pregnancy, maybe go up into Canada and like kind of just be close to the Seattle region is the plan. But, you know, Lord willing, in the next year.
Yeah, and I told her that when we had the conversation, I said I really wanted to have kids at 4 p.m. September 3rd of next year because that would be after the hiking is really done and the kayaking, but before the ski season, before Labor Day weekend. I don't really want to be inconvenienced,
Yeah.
you know, and held back. So 4 p.m. September 3rd, make it happen.
Right. Okay. Right. So yeah, hope that answers your question. We're very excited about that journey and wherever that takes us.
Okay. So I know what happened. Okay, so we answered that one. So select it.
Okay.
And click done.
Okay.
And that means we've answered it and it took it off the list. I think we accidentally did that with the first few, and that's why they disappeared. So where it says questions at the top under the drop down, top right, click on that.
Where?
Little to the left of your mouse. Left, your other left.
Questions?
Up, click on that. Click on answered questions. There we go. So there's some we accidentally marked as answered. So now we can answer them.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
I figured it out. I'm a geek.
Yeah, I think we went through all these.
Oh yeah, some of them are multiples. Okay, so let's go back to unanswered.
This is, they need better tutorials on this stuff. They need better tutorials.
Okay, so the Raptor toy hauler, select that one and mark it. Oh,
we did that one.
Okay.
I'll stop. I wish I could hear you guys. Like, this is like really bumming me out that this is not what I thought it was. Oh well, another lesson learned. That's okay. Nicholas asked, do you like the Raptor toy haulers? Haven't done much research into them. The one that we're really leaning towards right now is the Tesla by Evergreen. Yeah, you can use the mouse too. So that's the one we're looking at. Tesla is formaldehyde free, and actually my friend Tracy, she had found the Tesla models and she showed them to me, or the Evergreen models, and I was like, oh yeah, I can deal with that. They're eco-friendly, like just really, really quality rigs. They have some features that I just really like, and they're really modern looking. Like it looks like a little house in there. And they actually have like an open floor concept to the Tesla. It's a fifth wheel. It's huge though, and that's like the one fear I think. You want to see Bear? The one fear I have about buying our next rig is just it's going to be a lot bigger. The truck will be able to pull it and everything, but it's going to be a giant rig. So that's the one thing where we're like, okay, we got to figure out what campgrounds are like, on the East Coast and stuff. Like, what is it going to be like for us parking a 43-foot fifth wheel over there? So it'll be an adjustment, but I love the Tesla. I think it's gorgeous.
Have we worked into one yet?
No.
Yeah, we did at the RV show, right?
Not a Tesla.
We weren't in that Tesla. No,
yes, we were. Yes,
oh,
we did.
We
did go with no Tesla. And
I was right.
Yeah. And the color scheme was pretty cool. And it looked really nice, but it was like definitely a vacationer one. It wasn't like a full-timer one. So, yeah. Hey, Bear,
this is like
can
a
you come
live
here?
mirror. This is great.
Can you come here? Can you come here? Come here. Come here. Your people want you.
Your fans want to see you. They demand you.
Well, hello. There's the baby.
Tell him hi, Bear. Say hello. He wants to play.
He's a giant.
He's a
giant baby. Giant baby. Okay. So.
I thought you would want to answer that next question.
Oh, so how do I say his name? I don't want to mess it up.
Irving?
Irving?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said, do you both know how big a part you play in some people's lives? For example, people with health conditions. That means so much, you saying that, because it has been a struggle for both Josh and I, and it's been just kind of this uphill battle until now, where we're really starting to feel really healthy and really active, and it means a lot, you saying that. It really, really does, because yeah, the whole point of this vlog is really to just inspire, and then whatever else comes with it, like that's really the ultimate goal. So you saying that means a lot, because
yes,
everybody faces, different health stuff. And I mean, going through health stuff myself, like I've had so many people I've interacted with, they're like, oh, I have this, oh, I have that, oh, I have a thyroid issue, I have Hashimoto's too. And like, you just can relate on a whole different level. And I mean, with us going and talking about kids and stuff, I think about that too. Just like, what's that going to be like? Like, what, how are we going to help other people with that too? Like, I don't know. It's just, it means a lot. And really glad that we did talk about it and we're open about it, because, yeah, that's what it's about, is just helping inspire other people and, yeah, lifting you guys up. There's a lot of people on YouTube I feel like can get really negative and things like that. And I'm really thankful.
Like that. I don't like the negativity. Kaylee watches a lot of vlogs, and I listen to the vlogs. I hear them a lot when I'm working, but I'll tell Kaylee, that person just seems like they're always being negative, and some people are like that. We're not that way. I mean, life is too short to be negative. I think that life is all about making choices. It's about making choices about how you can't control what happens to you, but you can control your reaction to it. And there's certainly many times in life I could have reacted to stuff better. I know that, but I think eventually you just reach a point where you're just like, darn it, screw this. I'm not going to let this control me. I'm just going to move on. So thank you very much for saying that. It means a lot to us. So 4G Nomad asked the question, do you plan to boondock along the way, or do you just plan on just jumping from Thousand Trail campgrounds? So we do plan on boondocking. In this rig, we don't have a generator, and we don't really have a room for a generator. We could make room if we had to, but we're using that section for storage. And our holding tanks aren't really big enough to boondock for more than a few days unless we just really, really, really conserve water. So we probably won't be doing a lot of boondocking this year, but next year with the rig we're buying, it'll have bigger tanks. It'll have a generator, so we hope to make boondocking a bigger part of our life.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, in an ideal world, I would love to have solar, which sounds like a whole nother like super confusing thing to learn about. But yeah, I know it's really expensive, and I would eventually love to have solar because then we could do a very quiet rig while we boondock. So
Yeah, I don't want to run the generator constantly.
no, but I'm definitely excited about maybe staying out and BLM land and stuff like that, and being completely off grid would be really, really
Sticking it to the
nice.
man.
Yeah, you know. Have a
Oh,
dog question. Oh, yay, it looks like people are coming through,
Yeah.
so this is cool. Yay, I'm so excited. Thank you, guys. Okay. So the bear question comes from Darcy.
Talking about bear necessities.
Will you read it for me?
Oh, you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Speaking of bear, I have dog questions. What are the rules about laundromats and campground rec rooms for dogs?
Like,
how safe is it to leave my dogs if I need to venture from the RV? If you're going into town, how comfortable do you feel leaving your dog
in the RV?
In the RV. So I'll let Kaylee answer the first part of that, but I'll answer the last question.
Sure.
We've had a lot of people ask about the heat in the RV, and say they were nervous about leaving their dogs in it. So I don't know if that's what you meant with the question, but
I think just about safety. Someone
Yeah.
gonna come in and take your dog. I get nervous about that. But I don't let it like keep me from like going somewhere. Definitely switching locks has helped me feel so much better because nobody can pick that
who
lock
would
with
steal
Allen
this guy? He's
wrenches.
too stupid. Nobody
So
would want him.
yeah, we just keep on the AC. And as far as laundry rooms, you could probably take a dog in there. I don't think people would care. As far as like the rec rooms and stuff, Thousand Trails specifically says no dogs, but you can take them on the patio and stuff like that. So I've taken Bear to like go sit out on the patio and played with the internet, like by the lodges and stuff like that. So
this Thousand Trails has a dog parking area. When
yeah,
you go up
so
to the
funny.
store, it's little hooks for their leashes, and it says dog parking only.
And Bear's been doing really good.
About the heat, if you are concerned about that, or if anybody is, really valuable tip for the AC. So the first times it started getting really hot, the AC in our RV would freeze up. Just boom, after about an hour it froze up. And then it was like sitting in a car in the sun. It was just miserable. So we figured out what the tip was, and there's a couple of tips you can find online. But the biggest tip for us was you have to gradually step your AC down. So you just turn your AC until you hear it cycle on, and then you don't turn it down anymore. And what that'll do is it'll let it cycle on and off without running 24/7. So once the temperature comes down and you start hearing it cycle, you can turn it down a little more. And at least with our RV, and I think with a lot of ACs and RVs, the AC is kind of either on or off. So let's say it's 100 degrees outside, we turn the AC down to it just clicks on, and let's say the AC is set to 80. At that point, well, the AC is still running. It's either on or off. It's not like central air in a house. So it just depends on the temperature outside. But when we started doing that, the AC stopped freezing up. And since then, heat hasn't been a problem.
Yeah.
The only time it freezes up now is if it's not hot on the roof. Like, let's say it's down in the 70s and it's just barely warm enough where you want the AC on. If there's not a lot of heat coming down on the AC, it'll freeze up. But that's all. So I just thought I would throw that in there.
Yeah, no. It's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Darcy. By the way, I can't answer your comments. I don't know what it is. I think it might be a settings thing, but I want to answer them, but I can't. I can just give you a thumbs up. So if you can check into that, because I want to be able to answer. Okay.
So to answer Toria's question, how hot does the man cave get? Very, very, very hot.
He turns on those little lights. I always tell him he should just open the door, but he never does it.
No, it's not the lights, and opening the door doesn't really help unless a breeze is coming through. It's the
Just computer.
Just the cooling, just the fans running on my PC. It's like a mini heater because it's a pretty powerful
Which will be great during winter.
PC. Yeah, it's really funny. The lights get so hot that in the winter when we first moved in, instead of using a space heater, I was just turning on the lights. And most nights that would
Which
keep
that's
me warm
bad.
enough.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
electricity.
but I usually leave the lights off during the day. So without AC, it would get very hot.
And that is so cool that you're from Washington State too. I'm missing Washington a lot right now. It's gonna be weird to experience fall in like a whole nother area. Okay, so we've answered this one.
Yeah. You've got bear. How about if I run the mouse?
Now I've got dog hair. Blech. Pardon me. Blech. You are welcome, Darcy.
So Darcy said, the RV as a residence for dogs, is it safe? I think so.
I think so. The only time Bear ever barked or anything in here was we were standing outside of the RV getting ready to go, and he could hear us talking. And he barked, and someone just left a little note on the door, said, by the way, your dog was barking while you were gone, just thought you should know. And that's not normal for him. People in Thousand Trails are like really nice. Most people are here just to camp and get away, or like camp with their family. We've never had any bad encounters with people. I'm sure as we travel there will be, you know, some weirdos and stuff like that, but generally speaking, the only weird interaction we've ever had in the RV was at the dealership when the security guard like opened our door and was very, very odd because we had pulled in late that evening and had just gotten done with dinner with friends and pulled in late to the dealership, and we were staying on site because they had to still work on it, and a security guard like knocked on our door and then like proceeded to open
while
our
we were
door.
changing clothes.
We should have locked it, but I mean, we were like, no
we
one's
just
here.
Walked in.
So, and he was a little off.
But I think if I interpreted her question right, she was asking, is it safe for dogs and stuff? And
oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Other aggressive dogs? No, most RV parks have rules against like certain types of dogs, like Rottweilers and pit bulls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on a composting toilet? You should answer that.
I want one. I wanted one way before. I wanted one. I mean, like before we got into the RV, I thought it would be a great idea. I hate the black tank. I hate everything about the black tank. It smells. It's annoying. I want a composting toilet, but
it's not that bad.
It is. I do not like. Well, I don't like it. It's just like a nuisance with a composting toilet. Like you don't have to worry about like it overflowing because you can just throw it away. I mean, it could, but you can just take it out and it composts. So I really want one,
it's
but
like magic.
Josh wants the really expensive one, and I'm like, let's just get a bucket. You can make them.
I just give her a hard time about it. I don't care.
Really? You're saying this now?
Yeah, you can have a bucket. You can put it out here. Just shut the door when you use it. I'll use a real toilet. Thank you. You put your bucket wherever you want.
Oh my gosh. But I don't know. I haven't researched a lot about them. But I just know that they're pretty easy to maintain and they don't smell, and there's a lot of myths that go with the composting toilet. So I think in the next one I would like to have one. But we shall
buy
see.
you a bucket for your birthday or for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. How sweet is that? How romantic are you?
Josh, do you find it difficult to work while you are full-timing? What are the challenges working remotely?
I'm a challenge.
I was going to say no challenges, but she's right. I had to have several very serious talks with Kaylee about leaving
I'm
me,
like a toddler.
leaving me alone.
I'll go and like peek around the side, and he'll be like, "Get out! Get out! Don't watch what I'm doing." And he'll be like on Facebook.
It's not that she peeks around the side. It's that she looks at my computer screen to see what I'm doing.
And then
every now and then I want to take a little break from work. and play a game. And what her thing was for the longest time is she'd come in and say, you must be done with work because you're playing a game. I'm like, no, me time. Leave me alone. I got to work more.
He's so introverted.
Yeah, we love each other so much.
Yeah, but other than that, if I upload a video, I make work harder for him.
Now, if you're with anybody else, just noise reduction headphones. That's the way to go. Just pop them on and set some clear boundaries. I have a lot of coworkers who work from home, and they say they have problems with their spouses and or their children just interrupting me. I say just be honest and be like, look, that's what I had to do with Kaylee, and I'm not dissing her or anything, but she popped her head in all the time, and finally what I said was, you've got to treat this like I'm in the office. Like, pretend I'm 45 minutes away. You know, you couldn't just come in anytime and ask me anything. So you guys who watch the vlog regularly know this, but we set up a color coding system for the type of day it was, green, yellow, red, or black. And so briefly, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty my wrist, I'm wearing a wrist brace, but if you haven't seen it, the type of day it is has to match the type of question it is. So a green day is one like today where I'm in between projects, hardly have anything going on. So if she's got a green problem, she can come in and ask me. And the green problem is something she knows how to do, but she doesn't want to do, like fixing something on her computer. And I won't go through the whole color coding system, but it was really funny, but it actually works. Like, she knows if I'm having a black day, which a black day might be a 12+ hour day, she knows that unless like the truck broke down, just don't come in and ask me questions. And so, you know, we worked out that color coding system, and it was really funny. Don't get the wrong impression. I mean, I wasn't like chewing her out or anything, but we had to work out that system. So whatever works for you. Other than that, I haven't found any challenges working remotely, except just not moving on days that I work. You always think, oh, it'll take an hour or two to move, and it doesn't work that way. It ends up taking, we started timing it to fully tear down. It takes, and hitch up and everything, it takes about 2 hours to fully set up and hitch up and level and all of that, or unhitch, takes about 2 hours. So if you want to work a full day and you want to travel several hours and you want to spend a couple hours tearing down and setting up, go for it. But other than that, I would say avoid that. Okay, that was a long answer to a short question.
You're chatty.
Irving My Way wants to know what happened to your mini washer thing.
We still have it. I've just been really lazy about actually doing laundry in the little mini washer thing. And I think as it gets colder, I probably won't use it as often, because then I have to hang all the clothes. And then we also have to leave the dehumidifier on like all the time, which we do during the wintertime anyway. But yeah, we still have it. It still works. Like, I mean, if we ever ran out of underwear or anything like that, we can wash it in the little mini washer. But this campground, it's pretty inexpensive to do laundry, and I'm just trying to tell myself, like, it's not that long. I'm gonna have to use laundry mats, like, until we get our next one. We can then have a washer and dryer. So,
well, I would help her with laundry a lot during the days. Like, I've always done that. Laundry used to be my thing. So I've never relied on her to do it. Like, if I need clean clothes, I would just go use a mini washer. But the last few places we've stayed, we haven't had hookups. So
that's a huge factor.
We use a tote and store thing to dump our galley and our gray, which works great. It takes about 3 days to fill up, a couple of trips to dump it. It's not that big of a deal. But if you start using the mini washer, you're going to fill up your gray just like that.
Right. If I do,
then you're going to be going back and forth with the tote and store to dump it, and it's just too much.
So at that point, it's just easier for me to just go do 3 loads of laundry in the
but with hookups, thing. It's great.
Yeah. No, I really, really like it. It's a great option. Alrighty. Darcy said, I've seen the security cameras that will page you if there's a motion. Thought about getting one for my 2. Also, does Bear have a hard time using RV steps? He's terrified of the RV steps. They actually make a step cover so that, because the problem is that they can see through the stairs. So he's really good about it. I'll say, come on, Bear, and he gets ready, and then he woo, 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 comes up the stairs. but it's because they can see through it. But you can go to Camping World or Amazon, and they have step covers, so then they can't see the gap, which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
I've thought and I've seen stairs that people have built, and then when they get to some place, they bring out their stairs, and I'm like, those are really cool. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the comments below it. Keep going.
Oh, so I thought that would be really cool for our next rig, is to have like actual stairs. But I don't know. Bear has had a hard time with it at first, but he got used to it. But I have thought about buying the covers.
The other thing with him, he has gotten used to it, but for a while he wouldn't come up them, and he had gotten really good about coming up them, and then he would stop and wouldn't come up. We figured out what happened is we have a lead we just let him out on to use the bathroom. So it's about a 15-foot lead, and we just clip it on and let him out. And one or two times he was coming up, and he had gotten his lead caught under the stairs, and it had caught.
Yanked him.
And so now, unless he can see his leash, he won't come up. He's scared to. So we just take his leash or his lead where he can see it, and he's been fine. He learned.
Yep. And then as far as the security things, Amazon has like a fake security camera. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a good idea. Because you can just put it anywhere, and then when someone walks by, it'll start flashing red. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Falling asleep.
This is boring, y'all. Yeah, and I've thought about getting one of the security things that, when there's motion, that'll start beeping really loudly. But then the problem is that you're gonna your neighbors are gonna hear it.
That's what I'm worried about.
But there's one that has an app, so when it goes off, you can see what's going on and you can turn it off. I can't remember what it's called, but Amazon has a lot of different options for security. I would say just get different locks. That's a huge factor.
So Toria said, Josh, we noticed you have a brace on your right wrist. That's what I was laughing at. Is that bandage from a defensive wound from back talking Kaylee? The answer is, it would be a lot worse if I'd been back talking Kaylee. I probably wouldn't have an arm. So no, it's not. Yeah, she's violent. So no, it's not from that. Somehow I sprained my wrist the other day, and I don't know how it did it, but it hurt so bad.
Like it might have been lifting the totem store.
And then it was, no, I lifted with my other hand. So I don't know what I did, but then today it started hurting again. So I just put this little wrist brace on it.
Poor baby.
No, I don't dare back talk Kaylee. I'd die.
Yeah.
Let me mark some of these as answer while we go
You can
through.
just click select and it'll stay up there until you're done. You know that, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know that. But then you click done.
Do you want to answer a question?
The verdict on the great burrito debate. Do you want to tell them about how you're wrong?
No, there's no verdict. Women eat it with foil and men unwrap their baby burrito. No, it's not true.
Ooh, incinerating toilets. That sounds flipping
I have
awesome.
seen those, and those look terrifying. They use them in Alaska, and they look terrifying. I don't think I'd want fire in the RV. No, then you'll smell burnt poo-poo. That's disgusting.
Think that's how
yes,
they work.
It does. That is exactly how it works. RVing my way.
RVing my way asks, how do you join the Hangout? We don't know what we did differently, but we can't communicate with people. So
hang on.
It's just like a question and answer thing. We don't know what we did, but we're really bummed about it.
Yeah, I thought the live on air would be like an interaction thing, and apparently it's us just talking to you. So I don't know.
Last time what happened is only 10 people could join at a time. So we wanted to make it where people could join, but people who weren't able to join could still watch it. And that's what we thought we were doing. But it just set up like this question and answer thing, which we're bummed about.
Wait.
Wait.
We may have invite.
Yeah, we really wanted to talk to you guys. So, but since we can't do that,
wait, why can't I share a permanent link and bookmark and come back anytime?
Yeah, that's for people to be able to come back to it.
We're gonna figure this out one day. Nope, don't want that. Okay. But yeah, great burrito debate is still up in the air.
No, they need it right. It's not up in the air.
Oh boy, it's a good thing I like you.
Oh, we're down from love. I better get it together.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
rvsecurity.net. I think I've been there before.
need to look at that, Darcy.
Yeah, security is something we get asked a lot about. We see people asking a lot of questions about it. We see people asking questions about like self-defense on the road, which it always cracks me up because Kaylee sits back and goes, "Ooh, popcorn," and rubs her hands together
I'll
and then
get on
watches it.
Facebook every once in a while and I'll be like, I want to pop my popcorn and sit back and watch this explode.
Really, the discussions I've seen aren't that bad, but I'm not going to touch on it here. But when it comes to security on the road, I mean, honestly, so far I felt a lot safer on the road than I ever have in a sticks and bricks place.
I would agree with
People
that.
are just nice. You're surrounded by people in RV parks. We've never seen people that looked iffy or suspicious. I mean, we haven't done a lot of sleeping in parking lots. I've listened to people who have, and they say that they've never had problems there. I mean, honestly, I've never been worried about security at all in an RV.
Mm-mm.
So just something to think about. But I've thought about like making an article or a video on like the pros and cons of like ways to stay safe on the road, but I'm not sure I want to touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject. Everybody's got their opinions about self-defense and things like that. So, I mean, Josh has some really good like things to just think about. So, if you guys want
Well,
that, like,
I'll say the one thing I'll think about, and I will say this, is um, you're in basically this giant tin can with really thin
styrofoam
walls.
walls.
So if you're thinking about any form of self-defense mechanism, just keep in mind you're going to be surrounded by people and you're going to be in a very tight enclosed space. So, and I'm not promoting anything or I'm not promoting anything. Just keep in mind that, you want to think about ways where you'll minimize the risk of hurting yourself and you'll minimize the risk of hurting other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'll say on it.
Yeah. But we thought about self-defense more in terms of animals.
Yes.
When it comes to like going
That's
to
what I've been more
Alaska and
concerned
stuff
about.
like that, is like you're more likely to be attacked by an animal than a person. I mean, as long as you're not staying in rest stops every night or like truck stops every night, I think you're going to be okay and you're going to be safe.
Yeah, we
Our
thought
views
about
are
like
just
bears and
really
stuff going to
nice.
Alaska. So.
Yeah, we've thought about that. But then there's bear spray and stuff like that.
They wouldn't have him make fun of Josh live night. I'm glad I changed this hangout where I couldn't talk to people. Just kidding.
I'm so bummed that we can't.
Steven Seagal for self-defense. There you go. I
That's
heard on
funny,
that reality
Darcy.
TV show he was on, he was driving tanks around for SWAT teams. I guess he can follow you around in his personal tank.
Let's see. Someone said, Darcy said there's a camera that will actually call your cell phone when somebody or some motion detects it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was something we were really worried about before we went on the road, but now we say the same thing we see a lot of full-timers say. It's just never been an issue.
Okay. Considering toilets. Okay. Yeah, there's a side chat too. So there's two options. There's side chat and there's a Q&A. So two different things. We're sticking with looking in the Q&A. Bear obviously wants to chime in.
So let's mark some of these as answered because we've been kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
We've just been kind of commenting on these
As we go,
piecemeal
yeah.
as they come out.
Yeah, polar bears will eat your face, so you gotta watch out for them.
She thinks polar bears are cute and squishy.
They are
they
cute.
are right up until the moment they disembowel you.
No, thank you. LaDonna said Rosie O'Kelly or RV Lady could probably answer questions about how to have a hangout. Yes, I would love to like know, because a lot of people, they'll like post right to YouTube, and I don't get that. And I've been in hangouts where it's like 25 people. So please send me the information. I'd love to know.
Thank you, Rosie.
Yeah.
LaDonna said that Rosie
Mm-hmm.
O'Kelly or RV Lady could help answer questions about the hangout. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I would like to know.
Toria said RVers are great people and you really are safer in RV parks. Josh is probably more apt to get attacked from Kaylee. That is a daily occurrence.
Oh, you guys are so funny. You have no idea how much you guys like make me laugh and smile every day. Like, it is my favorite thing. And I'll be like, Josh, look at this. Look at her. You're so funny. Like, I don't know. I love our little inside jokes. It makes me so happy. I can't get over it. You guys are all just so amazing.
So amazing.
So amazing. We're just trying to clear the speed to make sure we don't miss anybody as we go through all of this.
Oh, okay, let me select this one. This one's from Irving, and
Okay.
you can answer it.
You were talking about lenses for your father's camera. You should check out B&H. They have everything you will ever need. What?
Laughing at the last sentence. Keep reading. I read faster than her.
Oh, yeah, it's fun for Louis calls it the adult toy store. That's hilarious. I watch him every single day. Yeah, I've seen that store. I want to find one of those.
Some days Louis spends more time with her than I do on long birthdays. I'm jealous.
I like hanging out with Fun for Louis. He's really cool. If you guys don't know who he is, he travels all over the world. And he is British, which is really cool, too, because he has an accent. It's so sexy.
Y'all excuse us. We have to talk.
No, I definitely want to check out that store. That's a really good idea, because then I could go like talk to them and be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you tell me what I need? Because man, when I go look on YouTube to figure out what to get for the camera, or even sometimes how to use it, like they're talking a different language. Like I need to figure out somebody who can speak in Kaylee terms when it comes to the camera. But it is really fun to play with. So yeah, thank you for that suggestion.
Yes, thank you. Too bad you can't hear us laughing. Hey, they'll laugh with me or they'll laugh at me, but either way they'll laugh.
Oh, you guys are just the best. Security.
I'm pretty sure some of these are coming up again. No, I don't think they are. I think I'm just not clearing them.
So Sean said for composting toilets, look up Seahead composting toilet, way cheaper and worth looking into. That I think is a really good idea. I would like something cheaper, because the one that Gone with the Winds has is like $1,000. That's a lot for a potty. So definitely going to need to look into that one. Seahead. Okay.
But the first time our black tank leaks and it goes everywhere, we're going to say $1,000 is nothing. Hook us up.
What?
The first time we have a real problem with the black tank,
Uh-huh.
you know, say it leaks everywhere or something and we have to deal with that, then we're going to be like, screw it.
We're getting a compost. Oh, to get a
That's how we'll
composting
feel,
toilet.
yeah.
That's how you will feel. We'll take a bucket.
4G Nomad, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. And yeah, we would love to do that.
That would be really fun. Yes, let's definitely do that. I have your number, so we'll text you and figure out time to meet up. That would be really cool.
So we need somebody to type something, because we have 25 viewers now. We've gone through all the questions.
I'm going to look in the chat to see what's going on there. I almost want to like switch to just creating a Google Hangout event. And just doing that. What would you guys think about that? And then we could like talk face to face.
Yeah, we could do that. I'd be down.
Answers in the Q&A would be cool. Darcy wants a composting toilet too. Anybody.
Yeah, what would you guys think if we just started a Google Hangout?
Yeah, impromptu Google Hangout. I don't even think I'm going to post this one to YouTube just because it was so all over the place.
We're learning.
We are. YouTube is so advanced. I thought I knew everything, and then I tried to learn this Google Hangout thing, and now I'm so
I
lost.
thought I knew computers and I knew how to turn them on and I knew how to type hi and I can figure out this YouTube stuff.
Hi. Nobody. It's okay. It's okay if you don't want to hang out with us. I'm not offended. I mean, you see our faces like every day.
I'm sure we wouldn't have 25 people here if they didn't want to hang out with us.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Home Depot bucket and a toilet seat. Yes, and sawdust.
You have fun with that.
They approve. I'm with you. I am with you on that one. Oh. And Darcy said you have one more.
Yeah, if you got another question, Darcy, go for
Yeah,
it.
please.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
there it
funny
is. Yeah, it
question.
came up on top.
So, why is there some sort of entertainment factor to watch people pulling in and parking? Why are people rubbernecking hella weird and unnerving? I started waving at people frantically, is what I did when we came in here and people came out. I was just like, hi! And then they kind of went away. So, that made
That
me feel
works.
better.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why you would like go out of your RV to watch somebody come in. Because the first times it happened to us, I'm like, what's the matter? Like, did I hit somebody? Or I don't know. I just don't know why you would do that. It's weird.
And
I
just,
guess some
I don't
people
know.
don't have internet, so they don't
I don't
have
know. I
anything
just
else to
think
do.
it's rude because you're only making that driver more nervous and causing more of a distraction for that person. Like, we've gotten really frustrated because we'll be on the walkie-talkies and it's just like annoying. It's really annoying. I don't know. But just wave at them frantically and eventually they'll go away because you just want to acknowledge them and be like, hi, howdy, how are you?
Pretend you know them.
Uh-huh. Hey, oh yeah, do I know you? Then give them the sass face. 'Cause that's the best.
Oh boy.
Um,
Toria said, Josh, tell us about your truck.
yeah, go ahead. It's a
It's a
really nice
big
truck.
truck.
That truck is a huge blessing.
So everybody wants to know about trucks like on Facebook and stuff. And everybody's always asking about them. And I was too. But I will say people make it a lot more complicated than you have to. But where do you begin with the truck? You know, my brother-in-law works for Cummins. He can tell you everything about the different trucks. Heck, he did do that with our truck. He spent like an hour telling me everything about the engine and how it worked. I remember enough of it to remember that he thought it was really awesome. So that's good. But as far as our truck goes, very, very powerful. I've never had another big truck to compare it to. I do know the toughest pull we've done with it yet was coming up to this campground because we were coming from sea level up over the Sierra Nevadas to about 6,000 and something feet. So from uh, Sacramento, it was just up, 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 up. And the turbo hardly ever even kicked in. I was watching it and it just hung out steady 1,500 RPMs all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
The only time the turbo ever really worked was when we got stuck behind a truck and had to slow down and then speed up to pass it. So we're very, very happy with it. That said, we have a Ram 3500. A lot of people like Fords, a lot of people like Chevys. I'm convinced for what we do as full-time RVers, any of the big trucks will work for you. The one thing that I tell people is, unless you have a specific reason not to do these things, go with a diesel, go with a dual rear-wheel drive, a dually, and uh, go with a one-ton.
Mm-hmm.
Just go all out with the truck, go with the heavy-duty dually diesel, and you'll be happy.
You should talk about what my brother said we're going to have to do when we get the bigger rig.
Oh, well,
I think it's good information.
no, he was telling us to get the tunes, is what he was saying to do,
Mm-hmm.
because the only difference between our truck, which is rated to tow like 16,900, and the version of it that's rated to tow 30,000. The only difference is the mechanical box that handles when to shift, which is something that can be replaced. The frame, the trim, all of that's the same. So he was talking about how we could get something called Tunes, which I hadn't heard of before, but it just basically you plug it in and it takes over your shifting and tells your truck when to shift and do some other stuff. The other thing he's going to do for us is he's going to, maybe I shouldn't say this on air. What are you doing?
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking around.
Maybe I shouldn't say this on air. I don't think anybody will care, but he's going to rip out all the emission stuff. We're waiting for it to be out of warranty, but once it's out of warranty, he's going to rip out all the emissions because he says the engine runs clean enough where it'll pass emissions testing anyway. It'll greatly improve our mileage, so we'll rip all that stuff out. Can you bring back up the questions and answers in case?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to do a whole video on the truck still. Keep saying we're going to do all these things. We are. Jake asked, when do you plan to get a new camper and what brand do you like or want? So the ones we've kind of been looking at are Cyclone fifth wheels. There's the Vengeance fifth wheel, which I believe is by Forest River. And then top dog right now is the Tesla by Evergreen. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but the Tesla by Evergreen is an eco-friendly rig, so they don't use formaldehyde. Definitely before we buy, I don't know if this will happen, but I would like to go to Indiana and look at the factories and stuff like that and just talk to them. Don't know necessarily if we will buy brand new or maybe like, I think our plan is kind of to buy like the year behind, either somebody who's had the rig and is just getting rid of it to either upgrade or just doesn't RV anymore. Like you'll see like brand new rigs that are in the used section for various reasons, but Tesla top contender has like an open floor concept. I believe it's the 3970. It's a beautiful rig. It's so pretty. It's a toy hauler, and that would be future baby's room whenever that happens. And then you walk through and there's like a rear kitchen and then like an open concept living room, and then you walk up the stairs bathroom, and then of course in the back there's the master bedroom. I really like that one because a lot of these newer fifth wheels, they're putting the washer and dryer in the master bedroom in the closet. And to me, I'm like, that's a very dumb design because like you lose all that closet space. So in the Tesla, it's in the back, which I think is really great. And then you don't have the tongue of the fifth wheel like shaking when you do laundry. So that is the biggest contender, and it's probably going to be like this winter or spring that we will buy. But it could even be later. We might keep this one longer, just get out of more debt and pay this down. So
yeah, the Tesla's the top contender. We really like the living space. The only thing I don't like about it is the size of the holding tanks. I wish that the black was bigger. It'd be nice if the gray was a little bigger. I think the gray is like 80 gallons, which is enough, but the black's only 40. The Momentum I really like because we were looking at the Momentum 385 TH, and the tanks on that thing are massive.
Right.
But one of the ways they compensate for that is by not having the fuel tanks. The Tesla has the fuel tanks on it, so you can refill your toys, directly from, and you can refill your generator directly from the two tanks that are on the Tesla.
Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know that was an option.
So that's the trade-off, and we don't have a lot of toys. I don't know how much we'll use that.
Right.
But you never know what the future holds, and it's really nice because it's got, I think, a 30 or 40 gallon fuel tank for your generator, so you can boondock for extended periods. So there's a trade-off with everything. The main selling point for me for the Tesla, though, is the living space. The Momentum, and a couple of the other ones we were looking at, they just have
the island in the middle.
Yeah, and they have a single couch is what you sit on,
and
whereas
the TV's like at a weird angle.
Yeah, whereas the Tesla and the Cyclone, they have like, more seating and stuff. So everything's a trade-off, you have to give up a little bit to get some other stuff, so it just comes down to what's more important. But with kids, I think living space is going to be the biggest factor.
Because I was thinking, like, a lot of these RVs are very divided. Like, you have bedroom, and then you have kitchen, couch, and then you have um, your little garage. And I'm like, that's not really fun. Like, I would want to have like a rug and like have babies being able to play in the living room and I could see them, like, so I'm really trying to just envision, like, I was a nanny for a while and I'm like, okay, if I was cooking dinner and like watching the little kid I used to watch, like, I need them to be in my eyesight and have room and stuff. So yeah, I love the Tesla. It's got like it's got two opposing slides and it just looks so good. And I think we would put Josh's office in the bedroom and there's a dresser. We would take that out and we would put that back in the kids' room and then take a desk like mine and then have an office set up for him. So that is kind of the game plan.
Yeah. I thought you would like to answer this one.
Oh, Amy. Amy, I love you so much. I think you're so amazing. Your comments always make me like so happy. Like I love reading them. And by the way, anybody who's been commenting lately, I am like struggling a bit with getting back to people because we have been getting like so many interactions and it makes me so happy. But just know I read every single one and it makes me so happy and I share them with Josh all the time.
It
But
does make her really happy. And every time she says so happy, I tease her and I think of Maid Mariam on Robin Hood Men in Tights where she goes, is it that one? Yeah, it's that movie where she goes, I'm so happy.
There you go. So Amy asked, how long did it take you to get so popular on YouTube? Gosh, I mean, we started this in February, and I wouldn't say we're like super popular, but I did notice in our analytics that like we're getting recommended a lot to people and for people to watch, which is really cool. And like for YouTube to take any interest in like helping our channel is phenomenal. But yeah, I guess it's just taken since February to grow the channel and
But she works really hard at it. It's not something that just
right.
happens. Like she works really hard and
There's a
learns
lot of
and
behind the
researches.
scenes. Like, I mean, I will spend hours editing a video and going through footage. And I think a lot of people think like, oh, you're just holding up a camera and filming your life. Like, you have to really be like self-conscious about what you're choosing to share and like how you're going to share it. And like, I'm constantly thinking like, is this a shareable moment? Should I have like our freedom seekers be a part of it? Like, I'm constantly thinking about that. So it's really fun though, but it's very time consuming, like setting up a video, getting it uploaded, rendering it, like, and then I also manage like our Facebook page, which is also like booming. Like people are all over the Facebook page too. So yeah,
But
it's
Kaylee really loves people. That's the thing. She really loves people. And she's not doing YouTube to try to, be able to monetize everything and get
no.
rich. Like, I think if you do it for that reason, you'll get burnout
Right. And those
really
channels
fast. She
don't
does it because she
succeed.
loves it.
You can see passion. And there's channels I've been on and I'm just like I don't feel connected with the person and stuff like that. So
The second part of your question, her
yeah,
question was, is it difficult to upload while full timing? And
sometimes.
it depends on how good your 4G is. We have a cell phone booster, but still, when we were in Bend, Oregon, the upload speeds were really slow. Without the cell phone booster, I couldn't even work. It would take literally like 24 hours to upload a video. So fortunately, the Thousand Trails had good internet
uh,
in their activity center, so she could go there. So it just depends on where you're at.
yeah.
But yeah, it can take a while or it can take a few minutes. It just
I
depends.
mean, I have set videos to upload overnight when we were in Florence, and oh my gosh, I was ripping my hair out because it took so much time.
And Ben was even worse, right?
Bend was not that
It
it
wasn't.
was almost just as bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had some issues. Like there will be enough internet for him to work, but if I want to do anything, I need to go somewhere else. So yeah, I'm trying really hard to get like a couple weeks ahead, but things just come
Vlogging
up.
every day is hard work.
It is like I don't it is a lot of work. I like what you said, Toria. Remember the comments keep Kaylee busy and out of Josh's hair. That's true, but I normally answer all of them before he wakes up in the morning. That's
But there's
too
another
funny.
side of vlogging that I don't know. Have we mentioned our moments coding system we came up with after our anniversary? Did we mention that on the
I
vlog?
don't think so, no.
Yeah, so you know our color coding system, green, yellow, red, black for work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After our anniversary, after we ate dinner, we were standing out on this little, cliff, and Kaylee vlogged it. You guys probably saw it, but overlooking the ocean, it was so pretty, and I wanted to spend that time or that moment with Kaylee. I didn't really want to vlog. And Kaylee wanted to Snapchat mom and dad. She wanted to Snapchat her
Take
friends, and she wanted to vlog.
pictures. Yeah.
So we've had those moments where it's just different expectations. Like at Crater Lake, that was a big moment for me. I'd always wanted to go to Crater Lake, and when we got out of the truck, Kaylee wanted to vlog. I didn't want to vlog. And I mean, I wanted to vlog eventually. I just didn't want to vlog right at that moment. So that's something too you have to consider as a couple. And we came up with this coding system that was what? It was a
Cop.
platinum moment, diamond moment, and what was the other one?
I think we said silver.
Silver. So it went silver, platinum, diamond.
Yeah.
And a diamond moment, if either of us says diamond moment, that means no vlogging. It means just each other.
Yeah.
Platinum moment means each other first, and then we'll vlog. And silver moment is we can just
Yeah, it
vlog.
means whatever.
What's that?
Yeah, then silver just means whatever.
Yeah, and it's really cool because it's about setting up those boundaries and learning how to do it as a couple.
Yeah, because you do have to choose what to share, and it's like we need to be really present. I can't be vlogging. Like, it's really important to not keep the camera on. And I think I'm still planning on like when we have kids, I want to vlog, because one of the big things for me was when I was growing up, I didn't have I have one video of me as a baby. One. Like, that's it. And pictures and stuff like that. But video is just so important to me because I don't have anything to look back. And my brother doesn't even have a picture of my dad. Like, that's really sad to me. And I just want to have document what we did and what life was like. And for our kids to go back on and future generations to go back on and be like, this is so cool. Like, you get to experience it. And I've been passionate about making videos since 7th grade, and I made this home movie when we were on the side of Mount Rainier, and it was all my cousins, and it was so, I think I showed it to you.
You did, yeah.
I had I had
visited.
DVDs I gave out to everybody at Christmas of that
really
summer.
Good too.
I loved it. I just loved
She
it.
did
And I
little
have
cutscenes.
and it was just fun, and it was one of those camcorders and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. Oh, Toria, you're so sweet. Thank you.
So Jan said that she just wanted to let us know that there are no options to interact from a mobile device.
Aww.
Yeah, that's a real bummer, and we're sorry about that. I don't know how long you've been on the Hangout, but earlier we were saying that this isn't the type of Hangout we wanted to do. We were trying to do one like last time with cameras and audio and stuff.
Yeah.
And we set it up wrong, so we apologize for that.
I don't think we said it
face to face with you all.
I don't think we set it up wrong. I just think this is, I don't know. There should be a way for people to come and hang out with us, but I'm not seeing any option for that, and it's really frustrating. Darcy said, have you seen the couple with 4 kids in the RV? 6 people in one RV. They're super organized, labeled everything too. I need to learn a thing or two from them or that
They
woman.
label their kids. That's a great idea.
I have seen that video, and I think, golly, what is the name of that channel? They don't post very often, but they're trying to go to Africa. But yeah, super organized, and that's how I am. I'm very organized. Not down to labeling though. I don't really care about that. As long as I know where things are.
I mind if we had to have, or if we had 4 kids. So I say had to have 4 kids, like somebody forced them on us. But if we had 4 kids, we might have to label it.
You might have to label them. Jake asked, do you guys have Snapchat or Instagram? So I've made an Instagram for the Freedom Theory. I have a personal Snapchat, which is just Kaylee_Bright, BRIGHT. So yeah, and then Instagram is the same thing, Kaylee_Bright. And I haven't been really active on there just because I've been so focused on YouTube and on Facebook. But I'm working on it. So I'm working on getting the Freedom Theory on Instagram. Like, there's all these things that you can do to have things like scheduled, and I really want to be able to do that. So coming soon. um Jen said,
Oh, she was saying they were trying to talk to us on the Hangout, I think.
oh,
Which we wish we could.
we are here, we are here. I know. I'm gonna have to research this more. It is terribly frustrating because I like search Google Hangout. You guys can call me Jake from State Farm. Hi, Jake from State Farm. But whenever I go to like look up how to set up a Hangout, there's just not enough information. It is terribly annoying. I need to like talk to like my YouTube partner manager and be like, what is the deal with this? Because it's driving me crazy.
Oh, a YouTube partner. How cool is that?
I know, it's pretty neat. And Jake, why Jake from State Farm? Do you just work for them? What are you doing? Oh. Well, I think that's all we've got right now, you guys. What about coal? This is a dirt moment. We don't even want it. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, diamond, platinum, coal. That's a good idea. I like that. I like that. Yeah, but unless you guys have anything else, I think we're gonna go ahead and head out and figure out oh, that's funny. Toria asked, thanks for the next question. So we'll hang out for a little bit longer.
I do the cooking.
No, he does not. I cook. Bear helps.
Last night I cooked cupcakes.
You did not. We went to Trader Joe's and
That's
he
like
grabbed.
cooking.
No.
You go to Trader Joe's and then you eat food. Like that's how it works for me. It magically appears. So I don't see what the big deal is.
That's because I cook it.
I don't think so.
Who does the dishes? He does. I don't do the dishes. I mean, if he for some reason has a rough night, then I will. But basically that's.
She gets up before me in the morning, and I like for her to have a really clean, work environment.
Which makes me really happy.
Then she makes me breakfast. That makes me really happy. We're a good team.
We are a good team. We've got a good balance. Jen said, I loved your adventures in Reno and on the California coast. We were visiting there the same areas in mid-July. It's beautiful there. It is so beautiful out here. I didn't realize how stunning California is. I've always known like Southern California to be really pretty because I've been there, but yeah, Northern California, I'm amazed.
Pro tip, check the fire map before you come. Oh, I wish we had known to do that.
I think we would have rerouted our.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gone to Russian River if we'd known about the fires there. So definitely check the fire
But then
map.
we would have never met Mara and David. So I think
that's true. Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
We could have told them. We could have said, Mara and David. Don't come to Russian River. It's on fire. Come to Lake Tahoe instead.
It is on fire. Alrighty. It means a ton, you guys watching and hanging out with us. I mean, hanging out with us. Dumb Google Hangout. I mean, it's not the thing. The thing is dumb.
Oh, Jake said it's his nickname, Jake from State Farm.
That's
nice
awesome.
to meet you, Jake from State Farm.
Very cool. Well, where are you guys all from? You can either type that into the chat bar or you can type that into the Q&A. Either one is fine.
Isn't that the Jeopardy music? Is that
Jeopardy? Oh, there's one question that I took down, and someone asked about just our thoughts between a motorhome versus a fifth wheel and kind of why we decided on the fifth wheel route. So
I wanted a Batmobile.
To live in one?
No, my Batmobile, Bat stands for big ass truck, so that's why I wanted the fifth wheel. You go ahead. You tell them.
No, we gotta answer that question. How long is your commute, Josh? 1 minute, 2 minutes? Does Kaylee have coffee waiting for you in the office? I'm not his slave. No. I think it takes him
Really?
less than 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm not your
We should have
slave.
talked about that before. Oh crap! I got to sneeze.
Ugh.
It was not gross. I didn't sneeze on you.
It's not that long. It's like literally
33 feet.
33 feet. And that's about it. You are very welcome, Jen. Thank you for coming. We
Yes.
are going to get better at this. I promise.
We're going to get good.
We're going to get good at this. It's going to
Do
get
you want to tell
better.
them why we chose the fifth wheel instead of a motorhome?
So the biggest reason was I didn't want to have two engines to maintain. I didn't want to have the motorhome engine and the towed vehicle and have both of those be something to work on. It also was going to be a lot more expensive to go with a motorhome. We could have kept my Subaru, but it needed like $4,000 worth of work on it, so it was kind of like not gonna happen. Um, Also, I really like the height that fifth wheels have, and when you go into a motorhome, the ceiling's really low to me. And I didn't really like that. I like the storage capacity of fifth wheels. I think eventually, maybe later in life, a smaller motorhome might be good for just Josh and I, like after kids and stuff like that. It might be a really great option. But for right now, this was a more cost-effective way for us to get into this lifestyle faster.
Yeah, we went and looked at an RV show and went into like every motorhome and couldn't find any floor plans. I couldn't find any floor plans
They
online
all looked very
that looked like they would
identical.
work for kids. We saw a lot that looked really, really awesome if it was just us, but for kids, we're like, where do we put them? You know, maybe like a toy hauler motorhome. The closest one we
And
saw
those
had
are
like a
expensive.
we had like a there was one that had like a hammock type thing, like a net that could sleep a couple of kids that went over
That's not
the driver's seat and
practical.
the passenger seat. I'm like, yeah, that would be great if you were vacationing and your kids were like, you know, between 5 and 10 or something, but that's
Mm,
not a bedroom. You can't have your kids sleep there every night.
yeah,
So
there's
we just
just,
couldn't find any that worked.
yeah, I think, with him and I just want to travel later after kids and stuff. I see smaller motorhomes. I'm like, that's nice. You can have like a shorter motorhome and then a little car. What are you
Huh.
laughing at?
No, I'm just laughing, thinking though, we said all this about fifth wheels and we decided on a fifth wheel, and then in Russian River, we came in after dark
Oh,
and we were
yeah.
trying to find a spot, and we got it worked out, and I was trying to get back into the spot and I couldn't see anything and it was just miserable, and Kaylee couldn't really direct me because the spot was on a curve and I kept getting in and out, and in the meantime we watched this Class A come in he was probably about 30 feet long or so. Well, he wasn't, but his Class A was. And came into the spot below us and just went zoop. I don't even think he came out of his RV. Maybe he did, but I think from the inside, he flipped his auto leveling, flipped on his generator, and they fell asleep. Like in the
Mhm.
time it took us to get into our spot, we saw them like come in, hit the generator, hit their auto leveling, and like turn off their lights and go to bed. I was like,
I'm like, that is legit.
that would almost persuade me to get a motorhome. It was pretty
For
cool.
real. No, it looked awesome. Oh, you guys
Oh, we
are
got people
so
from Virginia,
sweet.
New York, Florida. Hey,
Shout them
that
out.
sounds like
Shout them
me.
out.
Born in New York, raised in Florida, lived in California. I was born in Louisiana, raised in Maine, and lived all the heck over.
That's why he talks funny.
Virginia, about 45 minutes from DC. I can't wait to take Kayla
Yeah.
to DC.
When we get over in that area, Jen, we are hitting you up because we want to explore that area. We're so excited about that.
Yeah, I grew up
Millennials. Go ahead.
going through DC all the time. I can't wait to take Kaylee there. I love
So
Virginia.
pumped about that. I think the biggest frustration with RVing right now for me is that I thought I was going to be able to see so much more, but I'm really glad we're moving slowly because if we didn't, I think I'd be very burnt out. And I think that's where people make the mistake, is getting into the RV lifestyle and are just like ding 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 ding, like all over. And if you have the means to do that, cool. But
I think even if I didn't work, I wouldn't want to do that. It would just be too tiring.
yeah,
It's so expensive. All the
it
wear and
is.
tear on your vehicle to
It
do
is
that.
expensive. Toria said, "You two are great. Really enjoying your enthusiasm. And poor Josh, you're a good man to put up with Kaylee. And Kaylee, you're a lucky woman. I know. 4
She's
thumbs
an
up."
adorable little bunny.
Kids on the roof when they come. That's a good place to put them.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny. No.
I don't see the problem here.
Yeah, that's one way to get CPS called on you. Oh,
We just
too
outright on
funny.
big move.
Yeah, move to Canada. Something like that, right? Now let me see if there's any other questions I missed, because I kept a list of everything that people said.
Oh,
What?
Mom Snapchatted us back.
What'd she say?
Oh, no, I'm not going to check the Snapchat while we're on our Hangout.
Aw,
My mom
thank
and dad
you.
just got their RV yesterday, so they're really happy. They used a full-time RV. I feel so bad for my dad. Not because they're full-time RVing again. I think they're going to enjoy that. But they used a full-time RV right before I went to college, and for a few years after that. Then they settled down and bought a house. My dad's an anesthetist, and they just closed the hospital he was working at. They gave him a job offer somewhere else, but it was less money, so he decided to go back on the road. So he went and he bought a truck because he had sold his Julie years ago, but they still had their fifth wheel. So he went and bought a truck and bought it up in Pennsylvania, and really great truck in good condition and stuff. And when they were towing the fifth wheel, check engine light came on and the fuel system crapped out. So they've had it repaired like 3 times now. The person who sold it to him had bought it from an auction and probably didn't know there was a problem, because the fuel system doesn't have problems until it's under really heavy load, and their fifth wheel is like 17,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So anyway, he took a job up in Kentucky for a little while, and they were trying to get their fifth wheel up there. They couldn't tow their fifth wheel. I felt so bad for them. They were going back and forth trying to get the truck fixed and staying in a hotel. So he finally had somebody just deliver the fifth wheel. So they were so happy. They Snapchatted us right before this, and they're like, "Yeah, we got hot water now. We're having a meal in our own home." So they're really happy.
Yeah.
He's still getting his truck fixed, though. He's got to have 8 fuel injectors replaced. So
That's a lot of
I
money.
hate that for him.
That's a lot of money. I
So
mean,
are there any other questions?
we answered them all. We answered all the questions.
In the world.
What's our plans next? Where are we going next?
I was probably going to go to my computer, maybe play a game. You were probably going to watch a show, then we were going to bed.
So after we're done, we're after Labor.
Oh, after we're done here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're
going to South Lake Tahoe next.
Yay.
Staying at an Encore Park there, and then we are going to San Francisco to stay in an RV park there. Going to stay just like a week in each place to see them, and then we are working our way down to like Santa Barbara, Highway 1, that area, and then over to Louisiana for Thanksgiving.
Yep. That's the plan, and then probably back to Washington for Christmas.
Am I annoying you by petting you there?
We'll probably make that a slow trip back too. So that's the game plan. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. So sorry this was not the interaction I planned on. I'm so still irritated.
Been looking forward to it for days.
I'm always looking forward to these because I just love seeing you guys. You're also like positive. Like I don't know. I think what it is about our channel, but like I'm just grateful that we've got such a cool community. Like I watch other videos and like I'm very disappointed in some of the subscriber base and just how they treat each other, and I'm just really thankful for you guys because you're really inspiring and like really just caring and
we're positive.
Yeah, and it's positive.
Positive people.
And I'm thankful for that. So Thank you guys.
Yeah, she was saying
Thank
last
you.
night we were driving over to Reno to do shopping, and she said, I want to put them all in a box and shrink them down. And then when I'm lonely, I can take these two out and play with them and then put them back in the box. And she's like, I'll treat them so right, and I'll feed them, and I'll put them to bed. And then the next day I can take these out and play with them.
And he goes, what's funny is like, you're dead serious.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, yeah,
what's
I'm
funny.
dead
She's totally
serious.
dead serious.
Just, it brings me so much joy. And I've never, I mean, marrying you was the happiest day of my life, but there's like something so cool about like
Having people in a box.
my little computer. You all live here and I get to chat with you every morning. Oh, so yeah, I think we're going to peace out, and we will plan a better one of these things. I'm going to contact some of those other people because I know there's other people who do RVing hangouts and they post them later. So yeah.
Do you want to do our sign off for people?
Yeah, let's
Do
go
it
ahead and
live?
do that. So don't forget to live simply.
Peace out. Live life. Oh, that's fun for Louie. My bad.
Yeah, very funny.
Okay.
So don't forget to live simply
Dream differently
and
and
find
find
your
your
freedom.
freedom.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.